What's up? Today we're out on the tennis court, beautiful day in Florida, and we're talking about the number one thing that gets people off the tennis court, ruins the fun that they can have, ruins their game. Yes, you guessed it, we're talking about the dreaded tennis elbow. You see it happen to way too many people. Why the heck is this happening? Well, we're going to talk about that today. First of all, what is it? Tennis elbow is pain on the outside of your elbow, not on the inside of your elbow. That's commonly called golfer's elbow. It's on the outside of the elbow, right near the elbow. It's actually inflammation of the tendon of the extensor muscles of your forearm. Okay? So the forearm muscles are on the top, the opposite side of your palm. These muscles get overloaded for a couple of reasons that we're going to talk about, and they pull on that tendon that connects to the bone and inflames it, so it's angry, and that's no good. So why do these muscles get overloaded, causing that tendon to be angry? A couple reasons. Number one, we're going to talk about things that you can do to change. Number two, environmental factors. And then we're going to talk about therapeutic things that you can do to feel better so that you can get back on the court and play without pain and play better because of that. So let's talk about the things that you can do better to decrease this tennis elbow. We have to talk about technique. Basically, this is an injury that happens because you have a poor backhand, and you're hitting late. So that means you're going to do your backhand and the ball's coming at you so fast, or for whatever reason, you're hitting it late. You're not early. The racket is not out in front. It's back here. And this causes a lot of issues because when you hit early like you're supposed to, you have the momentum of your legs, your torso, your shoulders, your hips, and you can follow through easier. When you hit late, you're on the back foot. You don't have that rotation momentum, and so you're hitting and you have to muscle it more. And it really stresses out your wrist, your elbow, and the muscles instead of your hips and your legs. So usually this happens when you're playing up skill. Somebody's more skilled than you, they're hitting it, and that ball's coming with a little bit too much sauce. And so you don't have the time to see it coming, and you get caught late. So you have to make sure that you're not hitting too late. Some people just don't even know that they're supposed to be hitting, and you're supposed to be contacting the ball right there. You're not supposed to be contacting back here. Your weight isn't supposed to be back. You're supposed to be bending the legs, following through. Okay, so another thing is that you don't follow through enough. So if you don't follow through, you're going to hit the ball there, and the vibration force isn't going to get dissipated because you don't take that energy and follow through with it. You're stopping here. Why would you stop there? You have to let the momentum go so that your muscles don't take that vibration force. If you just hit here, boom, hardly follow through, that's going to cause more overload on these extensor muscles. So first things first, fix your technique. Make sure you're not hitting it late, and make sure that you're following through. Okay? Moving on. Let's talk about the environmental factors. Really simple things. You want to make sure that you're playing on a good court that absorbs a little bit of the shock of the ball. So I recommend playing on a clay court would help. The ball quality. You can't be playing with a dead ball. If you're playing with a dead ball, then you're going to have to hit it so much harder, and those vibration forces are going to cause you to grip the racket more and overstress these forearm extensor muscles. So get rid of all your bad balls. Even if they're half dead, you have to do what's best for your body. Okay? Now let's talk about your racket. Couple of things. The grip. See, look at this racket. This has almost no grip. This is a great example of something that will cause more tendonitis. You want to make sure that your grip is a little bit bigger. The smaller the grip tape is, the harder you're going to have to grip, and that's going to stress out your forearm muscles. So you want to get a good grip tape. Go to the pro shop and ask for the one that's soft and absorbs the shock. Shock absorbent grip tape is fantastic for decreasing those vibration forces that will go and overload your forearm muscles. Let's talk about the strings. You want to get a little bit looser strings. If the strings are too tight, then that's going to increase the vibration forces that are going to travel into your forearm. So I recommend getting the strings loosened about 3 to 5 pounds. that will usually make it about 52 to 55 pounds. So the guys at the pro shop will understand this terminology. Just ask them to loosen your strings a little bit. That will definitely help you a lot. Next thing, you don't want to have a racket that's too big of a head. The reason being is that increases the chances that you're going to hit it on the perimeter, which is going to be no good because that really stresses out these pronation and supination muscles, which are in your forearm. You want to have a small sweet spot. You don't want to have this big lever arm when you hit it on the perimeter that's trying to bring the racket the wrong direction. You have to force it that way. So make sure that you have a medium-sized head on your racket. So the material of your racket also matters. You want to make sure that it's lightweight. So I recommend a titanium frame or a graphite frame. Those are going to be the most lightweight and most shock absorbent. So fix your racket, fix the court, get rid of all those balls. And another thing that you can do is you have to look at the conditioning of your forearm muscles. If you don't do any strength and conditioning for these muscles, then they're going to get overloaded that much easier. So once you take care of those issues, then we can get into the therapeutic things that we can do to help the inflammation go down and bulletproof you by strengthening you so that you can stay on the court longer. You're not going to get that tennis elbow. You can have more fun with your friends. Let's look into it.